Hi, so now we are going to talk about preset modulation. Preset modulation is the third one from the top in the K-Apps window. This is the same model that we use for all the modulations in the different applications in K-Apps. So how it works is that we have modulation lines, and there's the on-off switch for each modulation line. There is an initial value if you wish to have one, and there then is a list of bow sources. And for the bow sources we have the sensors, the three accelerometers X, Y, Z, hair tension, grip, pressure, length, bridge, tilt, and then we have some sources that are derived from the sensor data, like up bow, down bow. We have different fast speed, smooth speed, IR lock, and RF lock. Then we have audio pitch, amplitude, and trig. And these take the audio information and it's analyzed, and you can use that as well to modulate different parameters. Then there are the triggers. Then you have the grip trigger, the double trig, and the long grip, as well as the positive and negative of each accelerometer. Then you have the MIDI inputs, which we have already talked about in the MIDI OSC routing instructional video, A through Z. And then you have up to 4 gestures at this time. And these are gestures that you can train K-Apps to recognize so that you can use to modulate different parameters in K-Apps. Then we have the raw value that comes in. And this raw value you can multiply by any number here that we have in gain, and you can add an offset, and then you have the result. Then we have a table that it will go through, and you have linear, logarithmic, exponential, cosine, sine, and you have up to 4 user tables that you can make your own to run this data through. Then you want the minimum and maximum value that you want to send to the parameter destination, and the slew is how fast you want it to get there. 0 slew is as quickly as possible, and as the numbers go up, then it just takes a little longer for these numbers to change to get to the parameter destination. And then you have the parameter destination. These depend on where you are. This is the preset modulation, so the parameters are going to be preset navigation related. You can send direct numbers for a K-data preset, a MIDI OSC routing preset, main preset, K-tone, K-tone modulation, K-loop, or you can send an increase or decrease to all of these applications as well to increase or decrease the presets selected. And you can also turn modulation lines on by selecting these at the bottom of the list. Here are our global user tables, and as I said, you can make these tables. There is an editor for all of them, and you can build your own tables and have them affect the data that's coming in, that's going to these parameters as you wish. So I can select, for example, grip trig. And this is just getting the grip pressure and turning that information into a trigger. And for us to be able to use grip trig, we need to turn on the triggers. And so let's go ahead and select in triggers the preset that we have, which is a factory preset, and it's very sensitive. So now I know that the triggers are on, that if I put some pressure on the grip, that I will trigger something. But here's where I choose what I want to trigger. I will select as parameter destination, increase, main preset. And I notice that the modulation line turned on. You want to make sure that it is on, otherwise it will not work. And you can turn it on and off. So by gripping on my bow, I can advance the main presets. So I grip again and again, and I see the main presets advancing, increasing. I can select decrease in the parameter destination, and it will start going down. 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is a good way to navigate your presets. You don't have to have an external controller to do this. Although you could, as you see in the bow sources list, you have MIDI A through Z. You can also use your bow to select presets to turn modulation lines on or off.